All right, starts our meeting for May 9th. As you know, we just had the event at 7K. And what I thought we would do is just kind of all put in what we gathered from that event and then see how it can benefit us and we can move forward. So without any undue, Ray, I think you were first on the list. You got the did I send you I sent you the agenda, right? Yeah.
I'll defer to one of these guys here because I got a bunch.
Sure.
I don't
Let
want
me
to
grab my notes real quick then. 1 second.
I'll defer to Walter if you want to take it, Walter.
Well, we talked a little bit about puking up on people. That's been kind of one of my problems. And I kind of, let's see. I think with people that we know, there's no problem being the expert. But not necessarily cold call, but if there's any hesitation or they need any validation, being able to utilize our expert. And talk to Kathy and another guy have his card that we can utilize for that.
Okay.
But you know what was most fun about the event? Being with you guys and seeing you face to face finally.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. I really enjoyed all you all actually. When I got home, I was just exhausted. Then realized I have to go back to work, and my work is forever for me. So
yeah. One of the other things was the new things with Sound Money Wallet's really powerful, and I think that I've already told several people about it, even the people that have been on board that aren't into it that much, or aren't being actively selling it. They're buying and buying silver and stuff, but the power that Sound Money Wallet, when we get that card, is going to be super powerful. I mean, I already saw the value in it. Guys, just the storage quality, the storage fees being zero until $25,000 is huge. There's not really any other company that does it that large of a dollar amount. Yeah. Now I was in one of the Sound Money Wallet meetings and up to talk to Josh Anderson, actually with you guys. That was right. Ray and Steve, and we were together on that Sound Money Wallet, and he wouldn't answer my questions. So I went up afterward. Still didn't get to answer any questions or get to ask any, because there was one guy that had like 10 of them, but he had a pretty good question. And one was, what will we start to be able to ask for or purchase numismatics on Stack and Sell with silver or gold? Can we say, hey, I'll give you this much in silver or gold? And he said that Josh Anderson said that it is a possibility that one day that would be something that could happen. So anyway, real powerful tools we got. I think that's some of the memberships great with just our numismatics and some of the collectability of that, but having that Sound Money Wallet and a place to safely sell and buy numismatics with surety, peace of mind. Come in raw metals. I mean, are you kidding me? I like looked at that and I'm like, that's crazy. That'll not put everybody out of market, but if they have a decent price for raw metals, been able to buy that. And then if we're using raw metals on because one of our concerns is when you spend that card, having your premium, the spread too far apart. So when you buy, you lose too much money when you're selling. But if you're buying raw metals now and able to fund your card with raw metals at $25-$26, you still have a spread, but it's not near as much,
Yeah.
And then being able to use your card on that's just phenomenal. That's pretty amazing.
Taking it from there, I would say the biggest thing that I learned and like the most what I found best was the I just closed in. No. The withdrawing of the 401k right now is completely they can't repo any of your earnings off of it because of the CARES Act during COVID that got in place. I didn't know about that until I think it was Josh Anderson mentioned something about it, and I looked into it. Also the healthcare plans they have. I mean, the max one you can get with the Mesa plan is only $600 a month, which already cuts clean a lot of healthcare plans that I know of. You know what I mean? I know people paying $2,000 a month. That was something that was huge, and using 7K as a almost a benefit plan for employees is something me and Danny were talking about trying to do. So in your paychecks once a month, you'll get a piece of silver, numismatic graded coin, and it'd be something that the company or the business can front that initial cost at $199 or whatever it may be. Yeah, and it gives our employees access to healthcare, whereas it'd be a lot more expensive doing it through another route, like getting that contract specifically for the business or for the company. You know what I mean? I thought that was really, really big. Just another way that you can use 7K outside of the box. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So really, the premise we were always approaching people with 7K was the business aspect, making money. But it seems that the focus should probably be buying gold and silver.
Yeah, I think we should definitely focus just on the utility of it. The fact that, hey, listen, this is going on. You want to buy gold and silver. Here's a super easy way to do it. Yeah, there's all these other benefits that you can partake in if you care to. But at the very end of the day, it is just simply the best company and program and benefit. Everything it has. Stack and Sell, the Sound Money wallet, everything to a T is just better than anything else in the market right now. That's it. You can get better prices. You can get more utility and more bang for your buck. $199 a year. Anywhere else, I mean, you want a lot of silver? Go ahead. Go buy a monster box off eBay for $20,000 and get half of it, not real silver. Go for it. You want to test every individual coin to figure out which ones are fake? Be my guest. But
that's very true. And see, one of the things we have to realize is that people have a hard time. They want to buy gold and silver. One, they don't know how.
Nope.
They don't know who to trust. Some that have experience selling gold and silver have found that they're either going, if it's a numismatic coin, which is why they don't want or understand numismatic coins, they're only going to purchase the actual coin in the case. They're not going to give them the collector's value in most cases. So if you go to whatever shop that buys gold and silver,
mm-hmm.
and let's say if we bought them the Black Panther coin.
Sure.
Now some loaded it up and it had a value of what, $1,200 or $1,400, right?
Yeah, right now or it was yesterday, the day before. Market price of it was $1,550, and the lowest one going was like $2,150.
Yeah. So, and it costs how much?
$8 something.
So when you take that to a dealer that buys your gold and silver, and that's a 5-ounce coin, they're only going to give you about $200.
Yep, they will only give you that bullion value.
Right. They're not going to give you the collector's value. So people won't really know how to sell it because of that. And if they do it on eBay, they have such a hard time.
But that's the thing. I mean, you can tell people right away. It's, no. This is all done for you now. If you want to sell your collectibles, you scan it in. It goes up. You see the exact market price. You can check everything from A to B, how much it's increased, how much it's decreased. It takes all the questioning out of the situation. You know what I mean?
And then the other thing you have to realize too, what people face is a lot of times when they want to sell gold or silver, they will call up a dealer, whatever that person will be, and they'll give them a price over the phone. They'll send in the gold or silver, all to find out 4 to 6 weeks later, they can't give the price that they were quoted. And so those are the horror stories that happens for those that want to try to sell. It's one thing to buy it. You can buy it off of TV. You can buy it on the internet. Now, you're not going to really know if it's 100% gold or silver, but if they trick you into doing it, you can buy it, but then how will you sell it?
Exactly. And that's the biggest thing. They have their own market. They own their own market completely for gold and silver. And that it's just, I don't know.
And
The fact that you can take, numismatic coins like the Panther, make $1,500, whatever it may be, sell it for an increased margin, and then return that into bullion value as defense for inflation. It's pretty easy sell. You just have to do it right and, tell people that, listen, this isn't about, for the most part, like, yeah, there is that huge business opportunity, but in a sense, 7K is two separate entities when it comes to either you want to turn it into the MLM, right? You want to make money off of it doing the network marketing, or just for what the business is. There's those two sides to it. It's not, for most people, it's pointless to me at even talking about the opportunities of the MLM. At first, there's just no point. It's like, hey, this is the company. This is what it does. This is what you can this is the value you can get from it, and this is how I use it. That's it. That is it. And then, hey, maybe you've been doing it for you've been on it for 3 months. You really love the company. You've been telling people about everything. Hey, I'll bring you on and we'll get you into the team meetings and we'll support you because you have this opportunity to make quite a hefty chunk of change. And that's our job too, is to make sure you succeed if you want to go that route. But it's not a requirement. I think that's one of the things that people don't understand, that if you sign up for this, you need to be recruiting people, and totally not necessary. You can still make money not recruiting people.
Yeah.
Still make money, quotations, but you know what I mean?
Yeah. So if we're taking the approach that 85% of the people have taken that actually sign up for 7K, which is they trying to buy silver, we don't even have to talk about the business aspect, because sometimes it's hard to explain anyway. And to bring a person
so much,
based on MLM, unless they're just an MLM person, a lot of people think of pyramid schemes.
They're selling soap.
And when they hear the word pyramid scheme, they shy away, not knowing that everything is a pyramid, not necessarily a scheme, but it's a pyramid.
Of course.
Avon, Shackley, all of the products that people sell where they get people in to actually sell the products, all a pyramid style. But what they don't realize is what they've actually done is, instead of putting money into advertising like on television and this and that, they put that money into the people they sign up.
Absolutely.
Do that. And that's how that money goes around. And that is not a scheme. I mean, is Mary Kay a scheme? Hello, Mary Kay. How you get the pink Cadillac? I mean, come on. I mean, how long has it been around? You see, so when you're facing all of that, you will find that since 85% of the public that sign up with 7K are only looking for gold, or the original thought is buying gold and silver, then that approach is much easier than trying to sell somebody the business opportunity. Now, in your world, like where you all are doing your MLM, that probably sells real easy. I mean, because that's what you're doing a lot of. I mean, insurance people are understanding that, but a lot of people are not necessarily understanding that. And a lot of those people, with that approach, we have the ability to attract other people into 7K without dealing with the MLM part of it, because they want gold and silver. If we can just express to them how easy it is to purchase, there's no minimum, no maximums, dealer direct. If we can help them to appreciate how easy it is to purchase gold and silver and how easy it is to sell it, that alone in itself is going to get a sign up. They're going to buy the silver or the gold or whatever they want to buy they're going to find out about, they're going to know about stack and sell because they know how to sell it. As far as the numismatic coin is concerned, they already know through the Sound Money wallet they can sell back. They get the best buyback price in gold and silver. So when they have that, and then they eventually see the opportunity, oh, I can make a weekly income, they are more apt to do that than if we did it on the reverse and tried to sell them the business opportunity. Now, I'm talking about the average person that is not into MLM.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, is, you know, for the most part, MLM, you know, multi-level marketing, it's such not an old term, but it's a very dated term. And it has so many bad stigmas to it in the first place. I mean, there's fantastic MLM companies. And I mean, Richard Kiyosaki himself quoted in Cash Flow Quadrant about how MLMs are fantastic tools to test your like sales skills, everything, and make that passive residual income while you're building your business. This isn't the end all be all, but this is a nice paycheck that people can make that'll help them. You know what I mean? This is that nice, just starting to stack assets, creating residual income, passive income. That's what helps people get out of not per se poverty, but you know, it's the first step into financial freedom. You know what I mean? Stacking assets and getting more passive income streams. The nootropics are hitting real hard today.
Yeah. No problem. Yeah. So my point in just saying that is just to say we have another opportunity now. Tyler and Walter, I sent you a video explaining the 4% aspect. 4% has also created another Wealth Auto program.
And Walter, I don't mean to interrupt, but Walter, if you need the info for this, we also have all login information for all the 4% videos for the team. If you need it, just email me and I'll get it over to you. Okay.
Yeah. So they built another Wealth Auto program that they're launching tonight that actually talks about the gold and silver aspect before it talks about the money making aspect.
They made a 7K video.
It's what it is so what they did is they created a Wealth Auto, new Wealth Autopilot program, and it has a Wealth Autopilot tour. And what that part of it does is it first talks about, Vic talks about gold and silver, this and that, and you know how you can buy gold and silver. But then they also have a go through 7K. They have an interview with Jason.
Oh, okay. That'd be a great video to hold in.
It's that whole thing. It's a whole part of a sale. And it actually is for, they have it for two things. So sometimes when you send out a webinar, people don't sign up, but they have it where they can automatically send that tour back so people can see that part, but you don't have to send it back. That can be your initial site if you choose. But my point is that they're even targeting the person that wants to buy gold and silver more so before the person that wants a business opportunity, even though that's what they sell, business opportunities.
Absolutely.
So I just want you all to be aware of that, because this ability to present 7K in this way is huge. This is a big deal.
Well, Steve, the thing is I've been working on that. I think that's been my approach the whole time is educating people on silver and gold.
You said that right.
Yeah, I didn't know about silver and gold, period. So let's, educating them. And then I think it's a slower approach, but it might be a stronger approach. You know what I mean? Like,
yes. You
may not get the hyper, guy that wants to sell, but then maybe he's not the message that you want to preach anyway. So
and I'm so bad at
ahead.
that. I'm sorry. I think the biggest thing is like you're saying, it has nothing to do with like when you're bringing people in. I feel like the biggest attraction are people who will become runners and will really start selling it. Or once you can like show people like, hey, listen, I'm not hiding anything. This is exactly what this company is. This is how I use it to buy gold and silver, and I think you should too. They do it. They notice the benefits. Maybe they tell their mom. Maybe they tell their dad. Maybe they get their kids on there. They're like, oh wow, this is great. And it just kind of create. And then all of a sudden they're getting $500 a week. They're like, hey, I could really do something with it. And they start telling everybody. And I think that's what's going to create it. People aren't going to do it based off a promise of money. You know what I mean? People will not work based off of promise or hope for anything. They do it once you see, oh, okay, I get something. Okay, you get something from signing up for 7K right away. Am I wrong? Would you like argue with me here?
That's true.
Right? So you get value immediately. And then say you do spread it around. Now you're getting even more value out of it that they never intended to do. In a sense, It's like, hey, I signed up for this, and yeah, it is a good idea. And my kids, he's got a good job, my kid, so he should be working, or he should be putting 10% away, or whatever it is of his paycheck. But yeah, you're right, he is putting it into the bank, and that's not safe. So now I'm going to tell my kids, put it into gold and silver, use 7K, blah blah blah. And now, like I said, now this guy's getting $500 a week, maybe $1,000 a week, and it's like, oh crap, I can afford that trip now, or I can go golfing more, and I can quit my Walmart greeter job, whatever it may be. It just really it's that slow, like Jason, it's that drip. You know what I mean? You just need to know where to start dripping first. And I think so many people are just doing it the flop direction. They're saying, hey, we have this awesome opportunity, look at how much money we're making. But that's not the part about 7K that's cool at all. Like the MLM part it has nothing to do with the company. You know what I mean? They have all these amazing things here, but they still keep marketing themselves as this is how you make money with it.
Yeah.
But if you're just a little smarter, if you just do a little bit more research, you can do so much more with it.
Yes. So, and that's true. You get something when you make the approach of offering 7K based on buying gold and silver, that's when they actually get a benefit immediately versus someone that you've sold the business proposition. Now, I'm not saying don't do that, but what I am saying is the person that you sell the business proposition to, they don't see the immediate benefit because they're looking at it in a different realm, a different way, versus a person that wants to buy gold and silver. They'll see the immediate benefit right away because we approach it that way. And there's so many more benefits than anybody else when it relates to purchasing gold and silver. So that was one of the points. And the other point that was that why is 7K there? What are they trying to do? And keep that in mind. They're trying to help not only build legacy, but help turn people's financial lives around to help them be successful financially. Now, they use different words, but that is the gist of what they're really doing. And they're doing it through all these steps with gold and silver. So that's an important point. I just want to emphasize that because as you're talking to people, keep in mind, 85% are coming in because they're buying gold and silver.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'd be interested. I got to get off in about 15 minutes, but I'd be interested in hearing what Danny's take was on the meeting.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, beauty. Yeah, I feel like, I don't know, there's a lot of different points, and the easiest way to sell it, in my opinion, would be to more so talk about the benefits. You start talking about putting people under you and getting paychecks. Everyone's first response is pyramid scheme, and then
Yep.
you have to like go back, revert that, and then talk about everything else. So if you do just talk about the benefits that they include, like just the potential to stack the gold and silver is good. You can get people in on the collectibles themselves if they're one already into collectibles, or two don't know or don't think like too far into this. In a way, like 7K is creating their own membership for their own collectible items, which have absolutely zero fucking value except for the silver spot price and then whatever people. But at this moment, it's only whatever 7K people value that coin at. Like if I were to go sell that Panther on eBay, I'd be lucky to get 1,000 for it. When on Stack and Sell, like you can get maybe 1,600 right now. So the market's inflated inside of 7K. So then the idea, for at least my idea going forward with this company, would be to get those collectible coins and sell them almost immediately, and then
Turn it into
either turn
bullion.
that into bullion.
Yeah,
would be the only
it's
safe way.
it's literally the same idea as crypto trading. in a sense. It's you sidestep, you get the idea is getting more and more of whatever coin that you're stacking, right? So if I have 50 of Bitcoin, right, and I can tell it's going to drop a little bit, or for you reading the charts, doing the technical analysis, sell at this price, buy more back when it's lower. And in a sense, it's I bought an $800 coin, I sold it for 1,500, and I just invested into 30 ounces of silver instead of 5. That makes sense.
Right.
Makes a lot of
Then
sense.
it's, if you know what I mean, say over the next 10 years you keep doing this, now you have an $80,000 silver portfolio that's just been growing, and it's all of it's been only been growing by what you've put into it, or what you're getting from an autosaver, or by coins that you saw, or stuff like that. So now you have this massive bullion store, as well as a few numismatics that you can have on hand too if you like them. But it just gives you the ability to do that. Does that make sense?
Yes, and hold that thought, because when you invest that in silver, you're not affected by the inflation. That is frozen. And keep in mind, if an emergency comes up, people are buying cars from their sound money wallet.
Yeah.
So when emergency comes up, that cash is there. It hasn't diminished, not like your regular currency is diminishing sitting in your bank account.
Yep.
So keep that in mind.
Hey, Danny, one thing I
Yes,
think it'd be great if one of you three guys really got good at being able to compare eBay to Stack and Sell, because I agree with everything you're saying, except that last year when I bought the Miss Liberty coin for $750, somebody right away, like you said, right away, okay, sold it on eBay for like 1,700, and that was one of the highs. So I'd be interested to see how eBay sort of plays into it, because it seems like Stack and Sell isn't always the highest game in town, because you got a bigger universe out there, although they're more educated here in regards to the coin coming. Does that make sense?
That's the thing. You can
So
utilize
for something
both.
like that Lincoln coin, like that is a 7K specific coin. Only their silver mines and their coin producers are creating it. So only our members know that coin exists. So there's no demand for it outside of 7K. When like that Miss Liberty thing, that may have been a different drop, and this Panther is a Palau. They're the creators of the coin or whatever. So that coin has already been on eBay, and ungraded, it goes for $1,000. So it is sought after. But just the fact that like it's 7K graded from NGC, whatever, that adds the extra 600 to it. But that's if
Okay,
people on eBay can. But
well, I'm sorry, Dan. One point I really want to make, and I want to do this because I know Ray has a go. The grading is not 7K.
it's from NGC, but it has a 7K label.
Yeah.
It makes no difference.
Yeah.
NGC, study NGC. Study NGC. When you see NGC, it makes no difference whose label is there.
Yeah, it's the same as PSA.
Yeah,
Right, but
same,
it's,
but-
yeah, you just have to know about that coin itself to want it graded, basically. So if it's I know the Panther is not really fitting well into this situation that I'm explaining, but let's say the Lincoln coin that I bought for $119, there wasn't a single one on eBay because it only came to 7K first. So I'll be
That's
looking
cool.
into it more, and I would like to see. I was talking to Walter about this a few days ago. Stack and Sell sold listings, so I can actually see what time, what price, how many coins were sold, and like all the information on active sales. So then I can actually get a gauge on the market, as opposed to just people listing a coin up and hoping it gets sold, and then
Yeah.
there's
So
no-
they
that will
were
come.
supposed to have that coming out.
yeah, that will
I-
come.
I have not seen it on there yet. They did do what my spread is and the equity in my coins, but they're supposed to have how many are on the market, what's the highest it's sold for, what's the lowest it's sold for, near average and stuff like that. So that'll be in the information of the coin here shortly. But,
Will you be able to see individual sold listings per coin?
And not only
well,
that,
yeah, you click on that coin and then it'll tell you the history of that coin.
Okay.
yeah.
So it's
not-
coming. It's just not there yet.
And not only that, it won't be just for 7K. What's going to happen is when the market realizes what 7K has, then it will be the most sought after by everybody. It's private now. And when that does happen, we will have first dibs on the coins that are current. When you're minting a coin, better than the Philadelphia Mint and the Franklin Mint because of the detail. Rest assured that once the collectors see this and know this, it won't be a 7K just thing. It'll be 7K because they'll be saying we got to go to 7K, but it won't be just 7K members, other than the fact that the coin will be introduced to us first. And I know that we don't really see that now. I get what you're saying, but you start somewhere to grow out into the world. And you will see that happening, and it'll be a big difference when that occurs.
Hey, Danny,
Yeah.
you and
Yes,
me are
sir.
on the same- me and you are on the same page, but I want you to know that the reason why the 7K coin last year went for 1,700 out of the box was because not just the cool design of it, Miss Liberty, but it was a Miles Standish coin. So that was what actually peaked them. So it wasn't Miles Standish, it wouldn't have gone for 1,700 outside of Stack and Sell. But
And you're
using
right.
like the Panther and all this, I mean, it's huge when you're sort of piggybacking off it, because you never know, you might get lucky. You might have put it for $3,000 and somebody might, because there's no other coin on the market with Miles Standish, so hey, I'm going to go real quick here. I just want to give you my highlights here real quick, and then I have to jump on another Zoom call.
Thank you, Ray, for bringing that out about Miles Standish. Thank you.
Yeah, well, that's the reason why it's sold like that. So the things I took was from Jason Arfman, when he talked about fiat money being the currency of government, crypto being the currency of people, and gold and silver being God's money. I'm very repetitive in the business that I'm in, so I repeat things over and over and over all the times, and that's how I work, right? And this is something I'm going to repeat over and over and over and over until I'm blue in the face. So fiat's currency of government, crypto currency of the people, gold and silver is God's money. Obviously, Robert Kiyosaki calls it God's money. The next thing that I picked up here was I liked about where Danielle Roy talked about peak, where she talked about peak interest, and then get them to peek into it by using, the videos and everything else, and then sort of peak them by creating emotion, sort of their why. And I think one of the things that we should really be focusing on is people's whys. Every single human being that we come across for 7K has a different why and a different reason, some people, maybe they do want to do a business, but it's only going to be 15% of the whole. So like you guys said, it makes total sense. We're going to focus on the value benefits of it. Obviously, why would we leapfrog that, right? Because otherwise they don't understand what they're doing. When Vic was talking from Ukraine, you got to remember that he was talking about how we need to take fake money to buy real money, because he saw the collapse in currency, right? So these are things that have happened over and over and over. But it's important to make, and that's one of the reasons why I'm in the business I'm in. I'm converting their money and safeguarding their money so they can get more of the fake money to buy real currency. The next thing I took was another thing you could write down that basically you could repeat over and over and over is bullion is the end of the world money. This is one of the guys, he said, bullion's end of the world money. That's the money in your safe, right? Sound Money Wallet is your emergency fund. I took so much more out of this event than I ever did about Sound Money Wallet. I'm going to be honest with you. I appreciated the values, but I now strategically have a mission right now on how to work with bullion, Sound Money Wallet, and then the collectibles for the wealth strategy. So those three areas. So remember, bullion for the end of the world money, Sound Money Wallet for emergency fund, collectibles for wealth strategy. I'm going to repeat that over and over and over to clients, friends, family, and everything, because remember we were saying about people's why. So number one, we don't know their why they're going to come into 7K, but probably it's going to be one of those three areas. It's probably going to be something that they want to have in their safe for worst case scenarios, something for Sound Money Wallet as like a bank account that they can move in and out fractionally into gold and silver and even use that card down the road, right? And then the collectibles, or collectibles just for, getting the silver on steroids. Like Danny said, they're creating the demand. So I think we all agree that a great strategy is sell it at the peak time, whenever that peak time is. And I want you guys to help me to be able to know when the peak time is, convert it into bullion or Sound Money Wallet, either way, because that's what's really going to protect us, our wealth later, right?
Yeah.
And the thing that really excited me the most was, oh, actually, there was one other thing too. When they're talking about building a story brand, sort of interesting how they do movies, you know, how you have an internal problem, an external problem, and then you have their solution, right? I think that's how we always got to be thinking things. I didn't think of it this way. You know, we're always talking about how gold and silver is going to help protect people and everything, but we're really not going into their internal problem that they have. We're not asking.
I gotta go, guys.
Go ahead.
Adios. Thank you for everything.
Tyler, I'll see you a little later at 11. And then the last thing I was just going to bring up was, got to speak with Josh Anderson. Steve was talking with him, and then when he was done with him, I got a chance to talk with Josh Anderson. And he says he's got a thing that says to give him your story or your vision, and you can send it to him, you know, email it to him, and it's at josh@7kmetals.com. So that was pretty neat that I was able to give him my vision a little bit that God's given me. And also Richard Hansen, really cool business owner, just a good guy, you know, just so it was just a really good, I just really had a great time hanging with you guys, getting to know more about the company. And that's about it. There's a lot more stuff, but in a short period, I just wanted to give you my highlights, you know?
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed all of you guys. I mean, I was very proud of everybody. Yeah, I mean, I really thoroughly enjoyed all of you guys. I just want to let you know.
Thank you.
Fun, lots of fun. I agree with you, Ray. I like those. The peaks were a good thing, and then, like you said, some of the sales techniques and stuff, latching on to somebody's stories is important. So, Danny, I'm with you on a lot of the technical analysis of some of these coins. So, you know, you're not going to find the best price today for American Eagles on Sound Money Wallet. Just so you know, like I just looked this morning and it's 36 something dollars on goldsilver.com. But you have to have it just so you can preach this to your buddies that you're trying to tell. I've done the technical analysis on it, just for this side of it. And I mean, you're $2 cheaper, but you also have a minimum of $500 that you have to buy in order to get it shipped to you. If not, then you're going to have to store it in their vault. And it's a minimum of $4 a month just to store it in their vault, up to like $4,000. So the way that you can preach some of that is that value where you can buy fractional amounts at a really decent rate. You can buy $1 worth of silver on Sound Money Wallet. And then the also other power is your storage. So you're storing your silver at up to $25,000. It's free. So, and there was talk with Josh Anderson about maybe not doing a dollar amount. That guy asked the question. He said, why are we doing a dollar amount? Because I didn't grow any more of my ounces of silver, so it shouldn't cost any more to store it, kind of a thing. I mean, we're still, and I wanted to say, we still have like the best rated storage, but they might go to an ounceage in the future instead of a dollar amount. But right now it's still $25,000. So they had to make some kind of line to market at. But those are some things that might help you, Danny, in your thinking about it.
Oh yeah, thank you, Walter.
As far as eBay versus our stack and sell, you're right. The coins on there are not rated. The only ones rated are 7Ks. And the thing that you do have some peace of mind with eBay because you have PayPal. So if it doesn't work out right, you can get your money back, kind of a thing. But I would rather just have the coin and have it right. So if there's any issues with that, like stack and sell, keep them. Some of my problems with stack and sell are just the rates that they charge. They charge basically 15% every transaction. It's 10% on my side and 5% on the seller side if I buy it. Or if I sell it, it's 5% for me, 10% for them, plus $15 shipping. So it's a little steep in my opinion, but there is a peace of mind that you're getting the coin that you say you're wanting to buy. So for instance, I bought a White House coin at $400, the 1 ounce White House coin. It didn't come. they have 48 hours as soon as a transaction is done and it's accepted, meaning like they put an offer out and I accepted it. They have 48 hours to send that coin into Stack and Sell. If they don't send it into Stack and Sell, they get a notice, and they have basically, if they can communicate with them, it's not a big deal. But if not, and they are determined that they're not sending it in, they get a ban from Stack and Sell, and for a year, and then they have to pay $100 and something to be reinstated if they want to. So,
Man.
Damn.
and then they verify it, and like they said at the convention, they found some already that have been frauds that they've been trying to weed out. So there's some peace of mind in that you can sell there too, Danny. I don't know. It's not. I do it. It's not. Sound Money Wallet is not always your best option, and it's just up to you. You know, do your research. But I don't hide it from my customers. I don't hide it from the people that I'm with. Like today, I wouldn't buy. Well, I'd probably still buy from Sound Money Wallet, but only because gold and silver is such a hard way to buy. They make you like either write a check, or you can't do an ACH transaction. You have to do a check, a wire, or whatever. So you have to get with your bank, send money, do a hassle. So anyway, it is cheaper elsewhere, but Sound Money Wallet still has the best benefits out there.
Hey, Walter, can I ask you, I got to go here after this question, but I'd love to hear your answer. Have you done an analysis on the buyback? Because I really got enlightened in regards to that. Tell me, okay, so I see like a Silver Eagle for sell back $5 back, whatever. Is what Josh Anderson's numbers, were those pretty accurate in regards to those larger percentages?
We're a dollar spread difference. So our spread. Let me write. I had my notes here real quick. So our buyback is $31. Gold Silver's buyback was $27.46. So we're better on the buyback, right? But you got to look at the spread difference, and they're selling it at $36.49. We're selling it at $38.84. So the spread is $9 spread on theirs and $7 spread on ours. So our spreads are better, but the price is worse. And then, I mean, if you look at just the price differences, we're $2.35 difference on price and $1.44 different on our spreads. That makes sense.
Yeah. So technically we do have the best buy. I mean, just singling that out, we do have the best buyback in the industry. So for emergencies and everything. Okay.
And when you're focusing on buyback, remember it's spread. You know, yeah, like you could say, yeah, our buyback's $31 and theirs is $26, but they also offer a cheaper price.
Right.
You know, so it's the spread that matters, and we do beat them on the spread too. But yeah.
Okay. Cool. Thanks, guys.
Hey, I got to run too, guys. Danny, good to see you on here.
You as
Well,
well.
enjoyed everyone. We can continue a little bit more into it next week. I'm going to try some things this week, let you know what I'm trying. I'm still on that kick about trying to get leads. I will send you, I'm going to send out some information that Ray wanted me to send out about leads. So I'll do that. But I will keep you posted what I'm doing. Hopefully the video I created will help you as regards Walter with 4%.
Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate your work, Steve. Thanks for all you're doing.
No problem. Danny, I'm so glad you came on. I want to see you to continue, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Okay, everybody. Take care.
See you.
Bye-bye.
See ya. Bye.